Hello and welcome to Flippin Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 167, released March 1974, cover price 40 cents, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, now we can head over to the issue. The reason why we are here. Don Martin cover. How awesome is that? You could probably count the Don Martin covers on your hand. Depending on how many fingers you have, you could probably count it on your hand. And I don't know, it's just fun. It's fun to have, as much as I love Norman Mingo, and I do love Norman Mingo, it's cool to see somebody else doing a cover. It's like, it's an attention getter to see something so different. All right. Oh, and here, look at, he's doing the driving. Have you ever played one of these? These are like old video games, and it's like you have this wheel, and then, I don't know, I might be conflating this rudimentary drawing with a video, like a 1930s video game that I played, so maybe I'm just thinking about something else. Anyway, here we have a beautiful house ad. We don't count the house ads for the ad alert. The nostalgic MAD. This is an insert that would be in the super specials, and it was never, it might have the picture or like the same cover as a MAD comic issue, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't like a facsimile. It would have different stories, like parts of it put in. So yeah, it was kind of cool. I have some of them. Not exactly sure. I need to like do an audit of my, whatchamacallit. How about this? My collection. Finish the thought, all right? Few things about this that I really like. Some cool house ads and a why kill yourself ad. Are you filled with shelf hate? Turn it into shelf love when you fill it with MAD paperback books. I thought that was cute. This thing I'm actually very interested in, and I did like 5 minutes of searching on Google, just like nose art of the Douglas C-47. Alfred in the Air Force thought you'd be interested in the appearance of Alfred E. Neuman's ancestors on an Army C-47. The photograph was taken by my father, Lyle S. Mitchell, during the early 1940s at the Hagerstown, Maryland Airport Factory of Fairchild Aircraft. No information as to whether it was a good luck plane or not is available at this time. Incidentally, I first began to enjoy reading MAD when I was in the Air Force during 1955 to 1958. Kent Mitchell, Hagerstown, Maryland. We'd appreciate hearing from any World War II veterans who flew, maintained, or loaded Alfred E. Neuman's Army C-47. That's kind of interesting, quite interesting, and I wonder really if they heard back. I love that. It'd be so cool to have a real nice photo of that. Anyway, then here's one I don't have I seen this one before? Why kill yourself just because you missed the last issue at the newsstand? Subscribe to MAD and have it mailed to your home. Driving school. Oh, look, he's teaching an old lady how to drive. That's sexist and ageist. And I won't stand for that. 8 James Bond movies. This is pretty cool. Did I read it? No, I didn't. A MAD retrospect with no respect. Artist Mort Drucker, writer Arnie Kogan. So they go through 8 different James Bond movies, and it's cool. It's a really neat concept, and it's really well done. Yes, nostalgia fans, remember years ago when James Bond mania first swept the country and everybody was running to see Dr. No-No? So you go through, you have like the first one, Dr. No, From Russia with Lunacy. And it's like, each one is like 6 panels of, an entire movie that they would normally give 4 pages to. But you get the funnest parts. Goldfinger Bowl. Ooh, little booty right there. And what else? What is it? Thunder. You only live once. Thunderblow. What was that one? Thunderstruck. Thunderdome. No. What was it? I don't really know the James Bond stuff. I know that there are, the way there are like MAD nerds, there are James Bond nerds who know everything about James Bond. But what's kind of funny is you get George Lazenby. Where is he? Oh yeah, right there. George Lazenby taking over at the end. Live and let die. Diamonds are forever. Diamonds are forever. See, I know nothing about this, but here's a fun one. Mark Spitz, Olympic gold medalist Mark Spitz, the man who swam with a mustache. This is inspired by Mark Spitz, actually. And here we have the MAD Bowling Primer. In case you guys have missed all of the primers, we're back. We're back, baby. Jack Davis, obviously, because it's a sports one. It's a sports primer. Why would you not have that? And bowling is a sport. Everybody knows this. It's just as respected as baseball, football, basketball, hockey, women's soccer. Like, it's up there. Anyway, chapter 1. See the man. See him drink some beer. See him write down a score. See him drink some more beer. See him write another score. See him drink some more beer. See him walk to the foul line. See him roll a ball. See him whack back and drink some more beer. In 20 minutes, he will roll another ball. Why does this man bowl? For the exercise. Use a lot of muscles lifting beer glasses all night. What else? Chapter 2, the shoes. Oh no, he's getting ready to bowl. Chapter 3, most bowling alleys are automated in case you get in trouble. All you have to do is push a button. Shall we explain the buttons to you? The button on the left is the reset button. I mean, I don't know if I think I enjoy these. I think I enjoy the art mostly, but these are, I guess, more fun just to like read through very quickly. See the girls. See the girls, they're having trouble. They don't know how to keep score. Ha ha ha, silly girls. It's very easy to keep score in bowling. Would you like to learn? Okay, in the first frame, enter the amount of pins you knock over with both balls in the first inning. Unless you get a spare is 10 plus what you get on your next ball, which you enter in the first frame. And add it to the total you knock over with both balls in the second inning, which you enter in the second frame, unless you bowl another spare, in which case you repeat the procedure, except if you bowl a strike in the first inning, in which case you have 10, plus what you get with your next 2 balls, unless the first ball of the second inning is also a strike, in which case you have 20. But you have to wait for the third inning to find out what you knock over with your third ball in order to add it to the 20 and enter it into the first frame, and then add the second innings 10 to that, plus what you get with your third and fourth balls and enter that into the second frame, unless the fourth ball is a strike, in which case you repeat the procedure, except if you bowl a spare or a strike in the 10th frame, in which case you kill yourself. Now, would you like to learn about the blue lines in hockey? That one is actually, that was very funny. I liked that one. I like, my favorite part is making fun of the girls. That's not true. Stop it. Here we go, a mad look at Tyrants. This is, guys, I'm going to be honest, this might be one of those issues where I spend so much time at the first half that I have to rush through the second. This is cool. This is by artist and writer Arnoldo Franchioni. Arnaldo Franchioni. You know, is he Italian? Is he Spanish? The Spanish had some tyrants, right? Arnaldo Franchioni, he's done a fair amount in MAD, actually, more than I thought. But this is one of the things, I don't know if he's the same guy I'm thinking about. After the success with Antonio Prohías, they were pulling in people from other countries, trying to see if they would catch the way Prohías did. I don't think any of them did. You know, but it was worth trying. And I think it's, when they do appear, they're usually very interesting because it is so different. You know, I think one of the problems is, like, you get these guys from Spain and they're like political dudes. And MAD isn't exactly a political thing. They talk about politics, but, you know, like this, I don't know, this feels a little different. Not that that's a bad thing. I enjoy it. So here we have just dumping people, rolling people out. Really cool illustrations. I think it is fun the way that he mixes, like, is that collage? But just photographs and illustrations. Yeah, kind of a pretty cool artist, if you ask me. Here we have our old friend, Dave Berg. Old Davey. Joined the Navy. The old Davy's still in the Navy and probably will be for life. I hope you hit pause so you could read those. One dark night in a laboratory. First, I connect the crossbody electrodes, and then I connect the head electrodes. And now I pull the switch, sending 400,000 volts into the body. More electricity than anyone ever conceived of or produced before. Fabba, dabba, zap. Yeah. A zap tap, a doobie doobie doo. Trucking on down and house by you. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's see now. First, I connect the crossbody electrodes. I don't get it. Like he's doing scat or something. And now he's like, well, I want to do that too. Bizarre stuff. Here's a text-heavy one. With parking space at a minimum and charges for parking at a maximum, the poor car owner has been trying various methods to beat the system while avoiding a ticket. Notes, official-looking identification cards, police department magazines, business cards, etc. are all being left in view in an attempt to convince the passing cop to keep on passing. But they rarely work. Why? Because to really get to someone, you have to appeal to his emotions, to his feelings of guilt and insecurity. With this goal in mind, MAD herewith offers surefire ticket deterrence for frustrated drivers. This is officer. Just went to pick up my judicial robe. That actually looks like my father's handwriting, like shockingly so. It's kind of strange. I just returned from Vietnam, and I put this sign here for all to see, so I could say how great it is to be home in a free country where you can go where you want, do what you want, park where you want, and not have some commie rat hassle you. Long live the American way. Oh, brother, I wish that was true. Here we have mad sequels to famous poems. Writer Tom Coke, artist George Woodbridge. Artwork in here is impeccable. The poetry is fun. Hiawatha's Last Stand, well, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, he stopped over for a couple nights in Minnesota. I don't know if you know that. In Minneapolis, we have many things named after him. Lakes, streets, neighborhoods. Yes, we do. And this is a long one. This is like a lot of real estate to dedicate to poetry. 6 pages worth. I have to say, I was very surprised to see that. Not that George Woodbridge art isn't worth it. Here's Gunga Din. Boy, they love Gunga Din. I love Gunga Din. People in the 70s must have just been ape over Gunga Din. I don't know what it was. My great aunt used to call me Gunga Din. That was like her name. She would call me Gunga Din. Don't know. Once I read that poem, I wasn't exactly sure how to interpret that nickname, but she called me that nonetheless. This is the famous U.S. Army recruiting poster by James Montgomery Flagg. Freaking cool name. I didn't know that was the name of the guy who made that. Now that we're close to having an all-volunteer army, it's time the Pentagon modernized its recruiting methods. And for the first thing the brass should do is get rid of the old flag poster and replace Uncle Sam with his message with endorsements by current name people. Then we'd start seeing these I Want You posters starring today's celebrities. Matt already did the best one of this. But yeah. Here we go. Spiro Agnew. Go and look up that Milhouse Van Houten saying, they're sure giving it to that Spiro Agnew. He must work there or something. Spiro Agnew, this item discontinued. Show up snot-nosed snivellers preaching the puerile pap of the pampered peaceniks. Join the U.S. Army. David Eisenhower? Was that Ike's kid? Looks like a dork. Here we have Hubert Humphrey. Hubert H. Humphrey was a politician from, where do you think? Minnesota. That's right. We named a Metrodome after him. You guys, you don't even have a Metrodome where you're from. And neither do we. I believe it's a grand and glorious experience for a young man to join the U.S. Army. Yes, indeed, I truly do. So my advice to you, young man, is to join the U.S. Army and discover how grand and glorious an experience it really is, because I believe deep in my heart that joining the U.S. Army is as grand and glorious as any experience a young man can have today. I believe that. I truly do. And here we have Mark Spitz. I kind of look like a little bit like the Spitzman. Join the Army and discover how medals can make you irresistible. These are cool caricatures by Jack Rickard. Really, really, this is, I think my favorite one might be Abby Hoffman. I don't know what it is. That's just a really cool painting. I enjoy that quite a bit. Here we have Mad Visits, the Realistic School of Medicine. I forgot. Paul Coker rules. I didn't forget that, but I forgot that he is he's really good at this type of storytelling. I used to think that what he needed to be in are like the small boxes, like you get with horrifying cliches. And I stand by that to an extent. Like, he'll do splash pages every once in a while, and the splash pages I've seen him do just don't seem very good. Like, he can't really fill a page. And he puts in like a lot of weird little marks and just things to fill in space so it's not white, but it isn't really adding anything to it. It's just sort of like this design. This, not so much. And he's working in kind of tiny little boxes. All of this, there's like really cool details. And I have to say, the way he draws these, like this building, these little buildings all in the background, so cool. So cool. even like these piled up cars and stuff. Just like cars are hard to drive. A lot of people are really bad at drawing cars because it's like if you get the geometry wrong, it sucks. But look at this. Look at this beetle and stuff. I mean, it's just like fantastic. Anyway, good job, Paul. Good job. Here we have the joke and dagger department. Spy versus spy. Unfortunately, the title page is part of the thing. There's this neat effect where sort of like this three-dimensional thing, right? Where the title, Spy versus Spy, is in the midground. And so you have the background with the hanger, and then you have the plane in the foreground. And so you see that spy, but then the white spy is covered up. I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. We've read that people who live in big cities are becoming soft and flabby because of limited opportunities for sports and exercise. Well, we at MAD say that's ridiculous. People who live in cities get all sorts of exercise without even realizing it. As a matter of fact, they can't avoid getting exercise, as you'll see in this panorama depicting many and varied unavoidable exercises for the urban dweller. Written by Frank Jacobs, drawn by Al Jaffee. And we just got to cruise around this. Again, super cool effect with I think this is, I don't know if they do this with this or if this is a wash or something, but sometimes they would do like these gels that like lay over the image. So that's how you get that really consistent flat gray. I've seen that like original artwork being sold with these gels that are sort of cut out around the white, and then the gel lays over everything else. Here's the overloaded bus shove and squeeze. Look at that. Oh, hey now. The fresh cement balance beam walk. Is that something that happens? I mean, I live in a city. I don't live in New York City, so I imagine there's a lot of stuff like this that I would not experience. The phone booth, lost coin, fist bang, don't walk dash. That's funny. I like how that's phrased. Here, the accident viewer, tiptoe, stretch, and peek. There are no accidents ever where I live. The deserted alley, rapid right and left neck turn. 8-story power failure climb. Innocent bystander, dive and cower. Modern taxi, squeeze and enter. Sidewalk elevator, backflip. Sidewalk elevators are so cool. Like, oh man, those things are so awesome. Anyway, I don't know if they still use them anymore. We're going to keep moving, keep chugging along. But look at that. What a fun illustration done by, what's his face? Here we have one night at a police station. Will this one make any more sense? Well, first of all, he had a large nose. Yeah, like that, only a larger. Yeah, just like that. And he had a big bushy mustache. A little bigger, a little bushier. That's it. And he wore glasses, not the square kind, the round kind. I mean, it's that. You see it, right? You guys see the punchline. It's funny. Here we have the Waltons. So the Waltons, the Daltons, the Dull. I don't know what it is. But was that about the people who started Walmart? No, probably not. That would be bizarre. That would be. Anyway, then they all say goodnight. I know about that show. Here we have the, you know I don't like this. You guys know this. I don't like when they do my boy Richard Nixon like this. Because truly, he was set up, basically. What is believing in honest politicians like? There's Richard Nixon, unfairly maligned, like believing in Santa Claus. It's cool. This is cool. It's still like the effect is so freaky. There's something like unsettling about this. But man, that's a cool one. It was a cool effect overall. And then we have this, one of the more powerful ad parodies. I mean, I guess this is, or another Mad mini poster. It's not an ad parody. Heads, you lose. I don't know. I mean, this is just sort of like a cool image. Who did this back poster? Cover artist, cover writer, back cover. Oh, Norman Mingo. Norman Mingo did that. Oh, oh, wait. Oh, interesting. Okay. Anyway, you guys